I think the real reason why people start record labels is not actually the reason you think. I don't think it's to sell records or to work with artists or to even just work in the music industry. I think they're looking for something very particular. Honestly, what I think people start record labels for is for creative fulfillment, honestly, personal fulfillment. I've talked to people who are retirees, who have worked for the man as an accountant or in tech or IT, and now they're ready to do something meaningful. They're maybe a huge music fan, a record collector, or a musician, and they're like, I want to do something with the rest of my life that actually feels good, that leaves a legacy, that's fulfilling. And there's people all across the spectrum who are looking for some kind of fulfillment. And here's the thing, I can help you create strategies to be sustainable and to be successful. I can help you figure out ways to sell more records, to reach the press, to get on playlists, to get syncs. I can help you be strategic and intentional with how you go about doing those things. Can I guarantee you success? No, but I can actually guarantee you fulfillment. If we do the right things and we do them for the right reasons, then being creatively fulfilled or being fulfilled is something that I can guarantee. And I think it's a worthwhile pursuit. Look, I don't think there's anything wrong with breaking even. And I don't think being a record label is a bad idea from a business standpoint. I think there are incredible record labels who have figured it out, cracked the code, and are doing it right. It's hard, yes. All of those things I mentioned are hard to achieve, but there are great labels that I meet with, that I coach, that I interview, who are doing it and making incredible releases. But maybe that's not the only reason why we're doing this. And is that so wrong? I mean, is there anything wrong with just saying, I don't care if I break even, I don't care if I make tons of money? Has anyone ever considered the fact that people might just start a record label because they want to? I like those people. Spoiler alert, you might probably end up doing a better job of being sustainable and successful if you start with those intentions. Does everything have to fall into the capitalist template? I know, we got to pay rent, we got to pay for the records we make, the CDs we make, the mastering engineers. I get it. That's a completely different conversation. We've had millions of those conversations on this channel before. Today, I just want to talk about the people who start a record label just for the hell of it, just because they have no other way to express their love of music, their love of records, their love of connecting those great records with music fans like them. I mean, raise your hand if that's you. If you start a record label and everything else that comes after it is just gravy, it's just whatever, but you're just doing it because you really want to. One of the best records I ever made that I was a part of, I got to produce, I got to mix, I got to work on, and we released. It was probably one of our least successful records ever. But I don't care. I mean, I care for the artist, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't change the fact that that record was really fulfilling to me and it's part of my legacy. And that's sort of what I'm thinking about recently, is that if we make a record, we make a vinyl record or a CD or a cassette or just a digital thing that people stream, that album is going to be listened to for years and decades and potentially generations. And that legacy is going to outlive the fact that it didn't get on a Spotify playlist. It's going to outlive the fact that we maybe didn't sell out of the vinyl copies we pressed. It's going to outlive the fact that we might consider it to be a failed campaign or nobody heard the album. The album's there, it's done, it's part of our legacy. I like that feeling. But the main driver for a lot of people to get started with their record label or to get up every morning and work on your record label is fulfillment, creative fulfillment, that feeling that it gives us, that feeling that we are doing what we were born to do. It's a cool feeling. I just wanted to come on here and just give you permission to not worry about those other things. We can worry about those other things later, but if this is your outlet for creative fulfillment by starting a record label, building a record label, doing a record label for a year, 10 years, or the past 25 years, then good for you. Keep doing it. If you want that to be you and you want to start a record label, I want you to come to our Label Mates program, which is starting in just a couple weeks on October 21st. It is a 6-week program where we use every single week. We meet on a Tuesday at this time, it's at 4 p.m. Eastern, and we tackle a new subject every week. We meet for 90 minutes. There's a little video you watch ahead of time. There's some teaching, there's some Q&A. We get to meet with this very small group of like-minded record labels that I've just been started in the past 18 months, or record labels that might get started in the next 18 months. And we help you grow and build that record label starting from day one. And we go for 6 weeks. We meet every week. And by the end of the 6 weeks, we're family, we're friends. It's a small group of about 10 or so record labels. And look, each of us have our own dreams, our own model for how we see our record label playing out. There's a lot of didactic and tactical strategies in Label Mates that will help you with sync and manufacturing and distribution and promotion. But at the end of the day, it's about helping you create a record label that brings you fulfillment, that makes you think, yeah, I've always wanted to do this and I'm finally doing it. Click the link in the description of this episode. You don't have to apply. You can register right away and grab your spot. Label Mates starts in just a couple of weeks, and I invite you to join us. It's going to be life-changing.